I've just been reading through some of my comments on my YouTube channel and I wanted to share one with you. VideoJoeKnows. I do look forward to your videos. It actually gets me thinking of stuff I've been meaning to do. So I wrote back to him, because I like to respond to people, so if you write to me, I will respond to you, okay? Here's my response. I'm glad the videos are helping you with your honeydew list of projects you've been meaning to do. If you don't see a particular video on something you were hoping I was going to show, let me know about it. Maybe I can make one for whatever it is you've been needing assistance with. I said maybe now. If I'm in a position to do it, then I will. If not, then I will tell you that too. Thanks for continuing to watch my channel. So he wrote back to me. My girlfriend wants her fridge's ice maker to be connected to the kitchen sink area without breaking walls. Can you help a brother out? Well, I can help a brother out. So I'll show you, even though I don't have an actual refrigerator that needs to have an ice maker hooked up, but I'm going to still show you a few things you need to know about underneath a sink. Well, here we are underneath the kitchen sink, and there's a garbage disposal there, and there's a water supply there, and here's a hole down here by the backside edge of the cabinet. Now to the right of that is a dishwasher, and that's what all those pipes are for. But this video, we're going to make believe that the dishwasher is not there and that we have a refrigerator next to the kitchen sink. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to drill a hole in here like this, and then you're going to take a braided line, a water line like this one here. It's nicely braided, and you go to the hardware store, and these come in different lengths. Now here's the tricky part. Your water line underneath your sink, if you have a dishwasher next to it, it's going to have a water line, supply line that's got two outlets to it. And you can get one of these water supplies with a 3 outlet if you need to, or if you have a water line with just 1 outlet to it, you can get a double one like that, and then you've got the room to hook this up, because usually most sink areas you won't have a separate water line for a future refrigerator or anything like that. Usually there's just a water line, and then you have to put a double one in like that, or a triple one, or something of that nature. Here's something else to consider. You might see something like this at the hardware store, and you might have something that's got 2 different handles to it. It comes out of the wall, and you've got 2 handles, one to turn off the water to the sink, one to turn off the water to the refrigerator. So you can get something like that. Now you don't have to. In this case here, you can have 1 handle like that, so that if you want to turn the refrigerator off for some reason, you're going to have to turn the sink off. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. If for some reason you decide to disconnect your ice maker's not working or something, or you have a refrigerator that ultimately doesn't have an ice maker and it's all hooked up for it, then you're going to have to change this back out. So keep that in mind when you're at the hardware store. Now this braided line right here comes in different sizes, so you want to look at the hardware store, talk to a salesperson, and make sure that they know you need a braided line like that that's going to hook up to a refrigerator. Now when you're drilling a hole through a cabinet like that, if this is a finished cabinet on the other side of here, what you want to do is you've got to drill that hole from both directions. You don't want to just try to plow it through and think you're going to drill a nice clean hole. So drill from one side halfway, and then when you see the point of the drill bit coming out, or the hole saw, whatever you've got, stop and then go back on the other side of the cabinet and drill the rest of the hole. That way you get a nice clean hole. The thing also to remember on this braided line, here, it's got little nuts and bushings at the end of it. So once you tighten it up, you want to make sure you don't tighten it so tight that it's going to leak, because you can do that. I've done it before. So there's a happy medium to do that. You might want to put some Teflon tape on the threads before you tighten that up. Tighten it up snug, and don't try to just crank down on it so hard, because sometimes doing it tighter is the wrong thing to do. Of course, with anything, once you tighten it down and you feel you've got it tightened down snugly, turn the water on and test out for leaks. You always got to test out for leaks. You know, right here at the water line here, underneath the sink, as well as behind the refrigerator. This braided line, this is the best to use. Now, before they came out with braided line, you could get a water supply line in copper tubing and buy a long piece like that, and you can do it that way too. But then you've got to cut it, and it has a tendency to kink really easily, and if you do that, now you've just messed up your project. So that's why I would recommend going with this nylon or this braided water line for your refrigerator.